Hello and welcome to yet another Tesla Latino video. We're here finally at the charging station and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of people here already. We're finally going to get a few minutes with our friend Kyle here. Kyle is going to contribute a little bit with a cameo to the channel because I'm trying to explain all the details of this company. Yeah. So let's see if we can get like a elevator pitch of what they are doing because there's a couple of things that I noticed. You know, they have a lot of stuff here. Yeah. They have a really kind of cool stalls.
It's almost like golf livery. It's kind of cool. It's fun. It's
What is it exactly, Kyle, that they are kind of trying to do here? And are they spreading to the U.S. all over? Is it just local? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, so Ionna is going to be probably one of the largest charge point operators in the country in very quick time. They've built out a network of stations across the country already, like a handful, especially in Ohio, but more to come. And this is Seth. This is the CEO of Ionna, so you should get him on camera in a little bit. So definitely talk to Seth. He can explain better than I can. But so this is like flagship site number one. This is the launch. Their headquarters is not very far away, so it was local. They did a lot of interoperability testing here. We're able to do the soft launch to stress test it with our viewers and our friends like you who came, which is really great. And then you're going to see them all over the country. They're going to have NACS and CCS from launch like they have here, up to 600 amp output, which is really great with the Alpitronic units. 30,000 charging ports by 2030. Which would be bigger than Electrify America.
Wow, okay.
And so they're serious. It's 8 automakers really got together, funded this JV that is spreading, charging across. So the reason we're involved is purely that I just want this to work. Like, Electrify America has been getting much better, to be totally honest. They are really working great, but it took years. And EVgo, also some issues and seemingly getting better, but a little bit convoluted. It's hard to understand what's going on over there. I thought, okay, if Ionna has any chance of success, they need to hear from not just us, but everyone, our viewers, EV drivers as a whole, and basically getting everyone here ahead of opening to give raw feedback, test the site, look at that payment process, make sure it's smooth. Then they can at least hopefully get a good idea as what they need to do for future sites.
So it's privately funded by the corporations?
Yeah, it's all automaker funded.
No government subsidies or anything like that?
As far as I'm aware, no. They might do NEVI sites though.
Okay.
Which, you know how I feel about all the government spending on charging and not super into it.
Yeah.
But if the money's there, they should take it, of course. Seth would be able to say more on that. I'm not totally sure. I'm sure there will be some NEVI sites that are available to them.
So what do you think about the process? Because to me, I think this is the first non-Tesla charging location that it was seamless.
Yeah, I haven't seen any problems yet. I plugged in for the first time just a couple hours ago and went through that where you select the port, plug in, pay, like that. Why can't it just be like that everywhere?
Exactly, no one had to explain anything. Instructions were super clear. Just if you look at the screen, you just have to select which stall you're going to use and then you just swipe your card and you're done.
And they support plug and charge with a couple automakers now and more to come very soon. So once you set up an account or whatever, you can just plug in and walk away, which is really good.
Are they going to support plug and charge with Teslas?
Tesla, I don't think supports multi-contract. It's more on the vehicle side than the charging side. But I don't know. Why not in the future? Maybe there's a way to do it with Mac ID or something like that because EVgo supports plug and charge with Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, they do it through Mac ID, so you can plug a Tesla into EVgo with Auto Charge Plus is what they call it, and it auto activates.
Oh, okay, got it.
But you have to do that one-time setup.
That's really cool. Yeah. And then, what are the activities that are going to happen here? I see that there's a ton of people here. It's basically a meetup, but the main reason why people are here is they're actually testing the charging.
Yeah.
Is there anything else going on after here?
No.
No?
These
Okay.
are just EV nerds.
Okay, just EV nerds geeking out.
Really fun. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like our viewers, folks like you, other YouTubers. It's cool to be at a launch of a new network. That's really exciting to be among the first to plug in.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, it's just a stress test of the site. Everyone can hang out, and we're just playing around.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kyle, so much for contributing a little bit
Thank
of the
you for
content.
coming all the way from Florida. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a nice drive from Miami, except for the weather and the traffic.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it looks like you
Yeah.
got stuck in some crazy stuff.
I got delayed by about 6 hours in total. It was brutal.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I made it. It was fun. I like to be on the road anyway.
Yeah.
I'm being tempted to keep going north
Yeah.
because it would
Next
be great.
Arctic trip, winter.
I know. The Arctic, I think I'm going to try to do the Arctic Cybertruck again with the range extender on the Cybertruck
Yeah.
to go all the way.
Hell yeah.
Again, during the winter, that's going to be madness.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm in. That sounds great.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I really want to. We could take, I don't know what cars we could take, but we should take, maybe all the trucks.
Oh, yeah, that would be
something as a
insane.
comparison.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's start
Yeah.
planning it for sure.
There you go. That's how video ideas happen.
That's it. That's it. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching.
Epic, dude. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. That was amazing.
So, Seth, I was just having some questions that I couldn't find anyone to answer. That maybe you can help
Thanks
me.
for being here, Rafael.
Yeah, thank you. So I was asking about funding, right? How does that work?
That's a great question. So we are a strategic joint venture between 8 of the largest car makers in the world. So they've come together to put this company together, and we built a team to go execute and deliver on that promise of fixing charging in North America and making charging reliable across the country.
Okay, and so this is your first location, right?
Yep.
What are the plans in terms of growth?
Absolutely. Great question. So this is our first rechargery. Today is what we call our soft opening. So we're here to put everything through its paces and test everything. And so we'll be opening this thing up to the public next Friday, along with several other locations. Right now, we've got quite a few that are either in construction, in permitting, or in design. So we're well on our way to our goals in the next 5 to 6 years.
Oh, okay. Great. And what are going to be, say, like the first 3 states that are going to have this through the U.S.?
Yeah, so next Friday you'll start to see sites open up here in North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and then we haven't yet announced some of the other locations, but you'll see some of them come get announced here pretty soon.
Are you coming to Florida, though?
It's on the list.
Yes.
It's on the list.
Excellent. 2025, probably? We'll see.
Well, yeah, we like to talk about things when they're a lot more real. So
Okay.
we move at Ionna speed. We started operations February 1st of this year, and in 10 short months we went from 0 to 60 miles an hour, so to speak,
Okay.
with this team. So I have no doubt that you're going to start to see a lot of progress in 2025 as this organization scales and we go to build our network across the country.
Okay, and I noticed that you have a lot of staff here. There's, I don't know, I think I counted at least about 20, 30 people. Seems like a lot of personnel for, what do you have, 10 stalls here charging cars?
Yeah.
Is that like just because of the event, or is that going to be like the norm? Because I see that you guys have like food and
Yep.
arcade and pastries and all that stuff.
Yeah, great question. So today obviously is a little bit different than what will be normal operations, we'll call it, again, because it's a soft opening. So we have a lot of people here from our company who have been instrumental to make all this possible. Really trying to get a lot of feedback from customers that we ingest from drivers, right? So we're really about making sure that the driver's first, learning from it, adapting with it. Going forward, when we go to actual launch for the public, what we call public beta next Friday, the building that's behind you, which is an old service station from 100 years ago, will be open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then there'll be 24/7 access to the bathrooms and vending machines and indoor seating thereafter. So we'll always have somebody on site inside the building that can help with charging at least for almost 11 hours a day, but we'll have 24/7 access to the facilities for drivers and guests.
So 1 or 2 people
Correct.
all the time.
Correct.
Is it, so it's going to be with staff 24 hours?
So we'll have someone on site from 8 to 7 to run the cafe portion. There's some conference rooms in there and workspaces. And then from 7 p.m. to 8 a.m. during kind of the night hours, we have 24/7 access through an app that you can open up the doors. And inside that space will be bathrooms, vending machines, and areas to sit down. When you think about charging, we really want to make sure that when we think about charging, it's not just about the charger, but the overall charging experience. And so
Yeah.
a lot of what you see here in the elements of everything and why we call it a rechargery is because it's about recharging the car and recharging you. And so we're delivering amenities that can do all that. And I think the neat thing is we've talked to some other people here today. This is just one site, but there's more of these coming, right? So this isn't just a one and done, and it's interesting. There's really a plan here to go scale things like this, where we've purpose-built up, scale things that you'll see next week with partners. We've announced our partnership with Sheets, where we can really deliver an amazing charging experience, both on our own and with the right partners, so that folks really feel comfortable charging in this country.
Okay, it seems like it's a really big investment. What does the roadmap look for you guys like 5 years down the road? Is it already net positive?
our goal is to be 30,000 charging stalls by the end of the decade, and we're well on our way to get there. Like I said, in 10 months, we went from 0 miles an hour to this. And so I know that the team that we've got in place, bar none, can get it done. And we've made a lot of progress in a short period of time to set the foundation for that growth over the next 5 years.
So one last question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
This one's on the technical side a little bit. I experienced going to the Arctic with my EV recently, and we went all the way. But the experience charging through Canada was dismal, to say the least, because the DC fast charging network, the most of it was 50 kilowatts, right?
Sure.
And the charging experience, it wasn't always working, right? You had to call support and whatnot. And one of the things that hurt them, I think, was the approach how their cabinets worked. They had a combination of cabinets that were being fed directly from the grid, but some were powered by batteries because there was no facilities infrastructure there. So they're using batteries to ramp up the power, but it's only limited time. So are you guys going straight to the grid and sharing with the cars, or are you also doing different approaches?
Yeah, great question. So what you'll see here with these chargers here is these chargers are up to 400 kilowatts that they can deliver to a car. If two cars are charging at the same time, they will power share between the two stalls. And then where we can, we do full power across the site. You'll see some sites, though, where based upon limitations for the grid or transformer sizing in the short term, where we might do energy management at a site level. But these are things that we're working on to make sure that we can deliver a minimum experience for customers from a charging speed perspective.
Oh, okay. And is there any way for me to, for example, check post-charging session how the session went, for example? Because I saw some things that I don't have evidence of what the charging curve was like, etc. And I didn't create an account or anything like that. I just swiped my card to charge.
Yeah, so the great thing about what we've set up here is that every one of these chargers has credit cards, so that folks don't need to download an app, but on the charging screen, you'll get all the statistics of your charge session, both during the session and after the session, and you also will have access to a receipt through the actual, from a digital perspective, on the credit card reader. So this is just step one of our journey. As I mentioned, we're going to what we call our public beta next Friday, but there's a lot more coming, both in terms of sites, technical integrations, and technology from a product feature standpoint that we've not yet announced, but it's on its way.
So I can create an account with you guys now after No.
After the charge session, you'll be able to, on the charger screen, see all the charging statistics.
Got it.
And be able to scan a QR code to get your receipt as well.
Oh, okay, got it. So I missed the chance.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
I'll just show you again later.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, Rafael, thanks for being here.
I appreciate it.
So how was your experience charging?
It was incredibly smooth.
Awesome. We can count on you to come to our charge station.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So it looks like it's my turn to come to the queue, so I'm gonna go get the truck and line myself up here. It's supposed to be seamless, so we're gonna validate that right now. So let's see how this works. Should be interesting. Let's see. Okay, start on the reader. So I'm going to 1B. And now I need to get my card. Okay, so it was approved. Let's see if this is that seamless. And hopefully this plug reaches all the way to the other side of the car. I was able to plug in. Seems to be starting the charge. So let's see how much juice we get here. All right, so we have, the charge is ramping up a little bit. We're charging right now at 109 kilowatts, and it's tapering down already. I'm surprised that I was actually able to reach the charge port from there. So that means, like, with my big truck, if I could do that, you can probably do it with a little car. And it was actually seamless. I thought it was going to be similar to the BC Hydro in Canada, which is really, really bad to accept the payments. But right now, let's see if there's any information on the screen here. So I'm using that one. the NACS connector. 2 vehicles are charging at the same time. And 1B, here's my data. Oh, it went away. Let's see, active sessions. There it is. So 1A and 1B. You can see both simultaneously charging.
Question I have is, why are you only getting 99? I'm getting 186.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we get 200, 200?
Now it's kind of fluctuating.
Hey, shouldn't we get more?
The other car is getting 186. I'm getting 99.
Closer to 200 kilowatts on the Cybertruck.
I could call someone to see.
Yeah, if you could. It's technical.
Yeah, because when I was inside, it was doing 107. So it is not really charging at the speed that I think it should. Although at 43%, we're getting 98 kilowatts.
The Cybertruck's only asking or stopping at 100. You think it's limited by the charger?
I can go and take a look. It looks more like the truck.
Oh, because it did go over 109, so it was using.
That's where it peaked. It peaked at 109.
It was using.
Yeah.
So then it's not. Okay. Can you put it in service mode and we can look at the battery time?
Yeah, we can. So as you can see, I'm doing 98 kilowatts at 45%. The other car is doing 181 at 29%. Lower state of charge. Let's just charge faster. And the same thing with us. So yeah, let's go there. So here are all the details, all the numbers that explain the speed. The temperature right now is 25 Celsius on the battery pack. So I think it's a combination of how much state of charge I am at and also the battery temperature. Great, so the charge is done. We only get to charge for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to basically just unplug here and leave. The experience was pretty seamless. It was kind of a hassle to connect this here because the truck is so tall, but I was able to plug it in. And now we're just gonna put this thing back in place and let the next user take advantage of it. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the whole process and the experience, and I hope you enjoy the videos today. Thank you. And thank you for thank you for doing the favor. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really cool system that you guys have here.
We appreciate it. Enjoy.
Awesome. Thanks. I'm actually pretty happy with the session that we had. I wish it got a little bit longer of a session and the speed was just a little bit faster. But I think temperature-wise, since I'm unable to precondition the battery, maybe that's one of the reasons why it didn't actually surpass 109 kilowatts. So it's not terrible, but it could definitely be better. I'm going to select 1A here. Then 1A selected. Just tap that. Perfect.
Good. So just wait a minute until they're done. The whole experience is going to see how you interact with the sensor. So do you want me to struggle a little bit and try it out? Try to get everything. Oh, perfect. Yeah. I'm proud.
It did take a little bit before.
Yeah.
It's not like instant.
Yeah, it's like a Tesla handshake.
Yeah, handshake seems to be okay. So that's us here. We get connector number, how much energy, charging time, and the price, and then the percentage, and how many kilowatts pumping. So
Then click charging detail.
charging detail.
Oh, the button below it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the button here.
There you go.
Okay. So it's ramping up and staying there for now. But the other car, if you see the other, oh, they just
haven't
finished.
plugged in yet.
Okay. Yeah, when I was before, we had a I think it was I don't know, some other car. It was going almost twice my speed.
Oh yeah.
It was doing like 180. I was doing 90. Yeah. So, okay, but that was seamless. I mean, it's not painful at all, as long as it always works like that.
Yep.
I am glad that I came all the way from Florida here to North Carolina to experience this new location. They have a really cool concept. I think that if they manage this properly, they're gonna have a lot of success. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. A short one, but I think it's good to know that we're gonna have more alternatives to charging that are better than what's out there right now in the public, because it's not great. Only the Tesla supercharging network is really good. And we need this. We need something like this. So anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.